Welcome. I'm the developer of Kingdom of Andria, and I wanted to tell you that the work on Kingdom of Andria is back. That means I will develop the module again, and I will start developing it again, because I think there's a lot of people who really like that mod and would really like to play it. There were some questions in the past which I never really answered, so I want to do that now. Basically, there was the questions about how the weather system is working, how the day-night system is working and stuff like that, and I will explain it to you. In this video you will also see a short preview of the really work in progress NPCs. There are also some new NPCs who work a bit better, but I just wanted to give you a bit of an insight how they could work and how they might will work. You have to keep in mind the module is in progressment and still in development, so it can always change. So basically, first off with the basic things. 15 real life minutes will be 1 roleplay hour. That means if you sit 15 minutes on your computer, in game they will waste 1 hour. So that means 360 minutes will be 1 whole roleplay day, 24 roleplay hours. So that means if you basically let your game run 360 minutes without quitting it, your game will experience a whole day. So there were some questions why. Well, I want to explain it. So if we have 6 real hours of 1 day, 1 roleplay day, and we have 24 real hours, that means we have 4 roleplay days in 1 whole real life day. Why? Well, you can read the explanation. So every time zone, no matter if you're from North America, if you're from Turkey, if you're from Germany, if you're from Russia, it doesn't really matter at all. You can experience 4 roleplay days in a row. That means if you log in, it could be day, it could be night, it could be summer, it could be winter, it could be raining, it could be snowing and stuff like that. Like it's really it's really random what will happen. And I also thought about making it like based on the server time. That means if we have 15 o'clock in Germany, it will be 15 o'clock in game as well, but then you can see the issue. For example, North American people will always be in the night, so that's not really nice, is it? So with that system we have a kinda fast kind of passing time, so it's important for the story, for example. So basically, if we have 1 real life day, it's 4 roleplay days, so we can do events and situations which will happen in game, and based on events and certain stuff of the story, it will be faster gameplay. So it's not like the real life time, you know, because if it's real life it will really take ages to get the game going on. You might know or you might not know, the module will be hardcore roleplay, so hardcore role players will understand what kind of problems that could make. So the weather can change each hour, each roleplay hour the weather could change. That means each 15 minutes, real life minutes, the weather could change. What is a weather change? So basically a weather change could be more fog, more rain, less rain, a storm, sunny weather, up to a heavy snowstorm, depending on the season. We really Well, basically I really work on a kinda, what would you say it, kinda realistic seasonal system. So that means it takes up to 4 or 8 roleplay days that it could snow, for example, but then it will snow for 8 days. So basically we kinda could make a seasonal system which is kinda real life based, so it's not too fast and not too slow. At the moment it's basically every new roleplay day could be summer or winter. That means in 360 minutes it could be winter, in 360 minutes it could be winter again, and in 360 minutes it could be summer. This is just a random progress. It will just count from 0 to 2, and if it's 1 it's summer, if it's 2 it's winter, and if it's 0 it will stay as it is. So basically that's the point about the seasonal system. And yeah, of course the seasonal system will guarantee a lot of fun and a lot of events. Like for example, if you roleplay, you want to attack someone and suddenly it starts to snow, you will have problems, because if it's snowing you can't be that fast as you would be if it's summer. So there you see the new issues. In the winter there is more fog than in the summer, but that doesn't mean in the summer there couldn't be as much fog as in the winter. So if there's a heavy thunderstorm and it's heavily raining, then there could be as much as fog as it would be in a snowstorm, for example. It just depends on how the weather changes and how the weather develops in game. So it just depends on a random basis, basically. Like, you never can say in 1 hour it will be no fog or there will be a lot of fog. You can't say that because it's random. A thunder basically will include like kind of thunder lightning effects on the map and the thunderstorm. That means you will hear thunderbolts in the background when there's huge amount of rain and a huge amount of wind. Like, you will see it on the trees will shake in the wind like crazy. Then there's a huge storm, and for roleplay it's important, because if there's such a storm you shouldn't be running around in the wilderness, should you? So basically I move to the next point. It's the sound system. The sound system is like, you can hear wind, you can hear thunder, you can hear rain, you can hear if you're near a beach, you can hear if you're near a river, you can hear birds, you can hear owls in the night, and so on. Like, it's a huge system which can improve the environment so massively. Like, you walk through the forest in the night, you can hear the wind in the trees, you can hear the rain tapping down on the ground and on the leaves, you can hear the owls singing some kind of melodies in the night, you can hear wolves and stuff like that. Like, there's a lot of stuff which gets improved by the sound system a lot. Then there's a question. From my side, I'm not really sure how I would do it, but it was an idea. Maybe we could make the NPCs interact or get affected by the weather. For example, if there's an NPC who's traveling around the map, like he travels from that castle to that castle to that castle because he's a merchant, he never stays at the same place basically, then it starts to have rain heavily and it's night, there would be no one outside and traveling around normally. So he would stay at his current position and just stray around and just look around if there's a tavern or something, and then he will search some cover from the rain in the tavern, for example. Like, that's only an idea. I don't know if it ever will be done, but it's just the insight for you how the development is like, so you can imagine what I think of doing. So yeah, back to the sound system. I told you there would be wolf sounds. Yeah, there is some technical experimental scripts which make wolves. That means animals. Currently in the test versions the wolves work like they are straying around, like the deers for example, or the boars, but with some more brain. You know, they will not get stuck on hills or something like the animals from normal PW do sometimes. Basically the wolves will stray around, sometimes alone, sometimes in a horde. It depends on how many wolves exist on the map. Not really sure how we can control that, because imagine if the wolves pair with each other too much, then there could be a horde of 20 or 30 wolves, and that could be very dangerous for the roleplay. Because, for example, if you just started roleplaying and you walk into the forest and there's coming 20 wolves at you and trying to kill you, well, kinda it's a good feature and a good idea, because you will need people to solve that wolf problem. You need people who will kill these wolves to keep the city unsafe. It's just an idea basically. So basically the point of the wolves is they walk around, and if they see an NPC or a player, they will attack. So if you have no weapons, you have a problem. If you have weapons, you have luck, and you might get the wolf killed before it can get you killed basically. And if you can kill it, then you can basically harvest the leather from it, or the pelt, the wolf pelt you can get from it. You can get some meat. And of course, if you did hunt down a wolf, well, you killed a wolf, you're some kind of better hunter than oversight, you know. And if we can make the wolf system working good, without looking buggy or being buggy, then we can also easily make bears and other kind of animals. We could also make bandits and stuff like that, like people who are outlaws, and if they see you, they will try to get you stuff. Of course, you can run away and call for help, but you can also get into a fight with them, and I will tell you, the NPCs will not be easy. So the normal NPCs which you can make dialogues, they will never fight back and they are unkillable. But there could be, in future, there could be bandits who will randomly spawn at some certain points of the map, and they will stray around the whole world. And if they see real players, they will attack the real players to get their stuff basically. And then you have to fight them or you have to run away. But keep in mind, the NPCs won't be as dumb as they are in native, for example. The bots will be on a very high difficulty. That means they can block and they can attack. So you can't really kill them because they will just run away or something. No, they will fight you and they will block your hits and they will hit back and maybe chamber. So you have to be good and you have to really think about it if you want to take a fight with one of them, or if you just run away. Well, if he has a bow, you have no other choice. If you have a weapon and he has a bow, you have to attack him, otherwise he will just shoot in your back. I also thought about how we could make it like what happens if they kill you. Basically, if they knock you down, of course you will be wounded and you will spawn after 20 seconds. But what then? What if the NPC is not walking away from you? What we do then? Like, if you stand up, will he attack you again, or will he just run away and just loot some gold of you or something? That's like another question which we have to solve. But it's just a bit of an insight into the development which I wanted to show you, which I wanted to tell you. So you can basically see what we could do, what we could make, and of course feedback is appreciated. Also, I want to point out we are searching mappers, like good mappers with good experience, to make a great roleplay map with a lot of details and some nice stuff. Not just a normal PW map where you just conquer the castle. It needs to be a big roleplay map with a lot of features, with a lot of detail and love. We also search texturers, so they can make winter textures. Basically they will take the summer texture and make a winter texture of it, because as soon as it snows, every texture could change into winter, and it would be awesome if the roofs would have snow on it, wouldn't it? Next point, what we need is voice actors. Basically, if you have a good microphone, just message me on Steam or ModDB or Tailwolds as you want, and just send me some examples of your voice acting. Then we can maybe give NPCs a voice. That means you will read what they say, but you can also hear what they will say. So it could be an awesome feature. It just depends on you. It just depends on how much support we can get. That's all from my side. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I wish you a good